Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Don't Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be previewing the Super Bowl between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Basically, I'm going to be going through, giving my big points of who I think is going to win, how I think the game can go, how each team could impact each other. Is it going to come down to one team's defense? Is it going to come down to a specific player? Could Mahomes just ultimately decide it? Because that seems like how every single Super Bowl has gone whenever it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. If Mahomes' impact, it basically dictates how the game goes. And by the end of the video, like I said, I'm going to give my full opinion on who I think is going to win, why I think said team's going to win, and then how I think the game ultimately is going to go. Now, before I go any further, obviously I can get this prediction wrong. So anybody's going to come to here saying I'm stupid, I know nothing after the game's done. There's a lot of people out there that could possibly get this prediction wrong. But with that being said, we're going to get straight into this. If you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first up, to kind of lay out the landscape of the actual game, for those of you who do not remember, about 4 years ago, they played each other in the Super Bowl. Last time, it was the Chiefs and the Niners down in Miami where they played each other. The final score was like 31-20, 31-20, 34-20. But kind of in this article here, it kind of goes and lays out different ways of how this could go good and bad for each team, and that is one of the points that we do need to remember. Kind of right here with the 49ers. Reason for concern: in recent history, the 49ers played the Chiefs last time on the big stage, but they lost. And then recently, I believe 2023, they played each other, and I think the Chiefs won that game like 45-17 or 38-17. Correct me in the comments. So the 49ers have not really had the best of history when going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. But now some reason for hope, it says here. Experience, star power. Every single player on the team basically now has experience. They know what it takes now to win the Super Bowl because they know now how much it hurts to lose the Super Bowl. Near every single player that's on that team was elected to be in the Pro Bowl game. Obviously, they didn't go to the Pro Bowl because they're in the Super Bowl. It also says here that out of their 12 regular season games that they won by an average of 19 points, which was second best in the league. Basically, putting it into layman's terms, they beat the shit out of their opponents when they won the game. Now, moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs. Reason for hope: they have Mahomes. Very simple. It goes on to talk about a whole bunch of different things about how Mahomes has kind of shown better play here in the postseason, but very simple. They have Mahomes. There's nothing else to say. Now, the reason for concern is a little bit intriguing, and it is because they have struggled a lot this regular season. In the regular season, they were up and down, receivers not catching the ball, guys not running the right routes. The defense was kind of up and down, but then they really turned it up in the second half of the season. And right here where it says just sloppiness was kind of the big thing that I guess you could say it helped them, but it also hurt them at times. And it kind of goes to show you, if the Mahomes and the Chiefs offense, the receivers, Travis Kelce, everybody can get those mistakes cleaned up, catch the ball when it hits you in the hands, don't make dumb fumbles, and the defense just play to your assignment like they've been doing, they can easily steamroll the 49ers. But when they make those dumb mistakes and the things happen where they're dropping the ball, all these mistakes happen, that's where teams can stay in the game, and that's where the Chiefs have been beaten quite a few times. Now, they say here the X factor for the game is going to be Isaiah Pacheco. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree. He's going to be the X factor because why? Chiefs have struggled a lot this season. Like I said, drop passes, so they've had to go more to the run game. And Isaiah Pacheco, he's been a workhorse. Running that rock, he's getting about 18.7 touches a game, 90 yards a game. I'm not gonna lie, if I was betting, I'm not betting on this game at all, but if I was to bet, I would say he's gonna get at least 100 rushing yards. He's gonna get at least the 15 to 18 touches, 15 to 18 somewhere in there, and he's gonna get at least 100 yards. Because the 49ers, they're gonna make it a #1 priority to shut down Travis Kelce. They're gonna have to get either Fred Warner, Jadavius Ward, somebody on Travis Kelce and double team, triple team that motherfucker and just keep him out of the stat sheet. If by the end of the game he has like 3 catches for like 24 yards and that's it and no touchdowns, I'm pretty sure the 49ers would look at that stat line, they'd be like, that is awesome, we have to win if that happens. But like I said, if you're gonna be double team, triple teaming one guy, then single coveraging a lot of other people, you're gonna only be able to rush about like 4 guys, maybe 5 guys if you're lucky at times, if you're gonna blitz, and then that leaves one-on-one capabilities for the running back to go toward a linebacker, and then they can just take off. And then the inside matchup is this here: Christian McCaffrey going up against Nick Bolton. That's gonna be one hell of a matchup. Isaiah Pacheco going up against Fred Warner, that's gonna be a good matchup, but this one here right here, it's gonna be the best one. I believe Nick Bolton didn't play in the game against the Baltimore Ravens, so he's gonna be hopefully 100% healthy in this game. Christian McCaffrey, he's the secret weapon for the 49ers this season. Last time they had a run game, but not a very experienced run game. But I'm telling you right now, if Christian McCaffrey can go out there and he can run that rock, he can get his about 100 yards receiving and rushing combined, they can make this game happen. Because that's going to be the big, I think, deciding part. If Isaiah Pacheco does not run the ball well and Travis Kelce also gets locked up, it's going to be very interesting to see how the Chiefs could win this game. And the same thing goes for the 49ers. If Christian McCaffrey, he's the big thing. If he gets shut down, how is Brock Purdy going to get the ball to the receivers? Because then they're just easily going to be able to take away Ayuk and Kittle and Debo. And then what's going to happen? Are you going to throw the Kyle Juszczyk the whole game? Because the whole 49ers offense, I think, runs through the run game. When the run game's working, the whole offense just flows like harmony. And we've seen in a couple of games this year, when Christian McCaffrey gets shut down, the whole entire thing just goes silent. And one game example, back when they played the Cleveland Browns earlier on the year, we saw what happened when Christian McCaffrey got injured in that game and he went out of the game. They had almost no run game, and they were basically just relying on Ayuk and Debo to make big plays. But then Debo Samuel went out in that game, obviously, and then Ayuk kind of had to pull some things out of their asses, and it was just a very ugly game. And I'm telling you right now, the 49ers, they do not want to get into a fist fight with the Chiefs, because the Chiefs defense, the way they've been playing, they're ready for a fist fight if need be. Now, looking at the overall game right here, 2.5 points for the 49ers. I think about a few days ago, it was at like 3 points, and then it went down to like 2. Now it's back to 2.5. So I'm kind of curious to see how the money line moves as we get closer to Sunday. It's going to be a fun game. That's what I will say about this game. It's going to be a fun game. 2.5, I think, seems a little bit too close. It's going to be at least like a 7-point game, if I'm going to be honest. The over-under is set at 47.5. I'm going to tell you right now, this is the most risky over-under ever. If it was at like 55, I'd say bet the under. If it was at like 42, 43, I'd say bet the over. That 47.5, that's risky, because who knows if the score could be like 24-21. Right there, you're already at like 45 points, but then a late game field goal could come out and just screw your whole bet. It's gonna hurt. Looking at some of the injuries right now, I'm recording this on February 8th, so just for anybody that says, well, you said they were injured, but they're actually playing. At this time, from what it says, they're injured. Joe Tooney, that could be a huge impact if he does not play. From what I've heard, he's probably not gonna play, but he's going to go out there on the field that day and he's going to get warm up. He's going to see how he feels. Arik Armstead is kind of curious. I didn't really know he was hurt, but maybe he's questionable, but he's probably going to play still. And George Kittle, I don't think he's questionable at all. He's been there at the meetings all week long, at the press conferences. He's talking. He's ready to go. Last thing I'll say before I make my prediction, it's going to be a fun game. Like I said, it's going to be a battle of who wants it more. It's going to be one of those games like last time where it's going to be a slow start. It's going to get kind of interesting. It's going to be a choppy fist fight, but I think it's going to come down to two things: who makes the mistakes and who makes more mistakes, and then who can make the big plays. Can Brock Purdy make big plays, and can the Kansas City Chiefs just stick to the script? If they have a script coming in to where they have a way of how they want their plays to flow, make that happen. Tell Mahomes to don't do any dumb mistakes where he's trying to chuck the ball downfield, hits his receiver in the hand, maybe pops up, interception, and everything just goes to shit. We've seen that happen a couple times this year. We've seen the game against the Detroit Lions where we thought the Chiefs should be able to beat Detroit Lions. Oh, hit the guy in the hands. I think it was Tony. Hit the guy in the hands, popped over, Lions picked it off, interception. The Lions ended up winning that game. But like I said earlier, the big decider is going to be, can Travis Kelce go off and can Christian McCaffrey go off? If both of them go off, we're going to get a high-ass scoring game. I'm telling you that. We're going to see 30, 40 points from each team if those two boys go off. If they both get shut down, we're going to see a lower scoring game. If one of them goes off and one of them gets shut down, that's going to decide the whole trajectory of this game. But to kind of wrap it up, my full prediction of who I think is going to win, this is a tough one, but I am going to go with Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know why I'm doing this. I've been told many times, do not fucking go against Patrick Mahomes. You're going to regret it. And every single time I do it, I always regret it. But I'm going to do it anyways. I truly believe this is the time where the 49ers, Patrick Mahomes talks all the time about like, oh man, when you lose a Super Bowl, it just makes you want to go back and makes you want to win one better or win one again. It makes you so mad that you lost that game. It makes you so furious and all this shit after they lost the one against Tampa Bay Buccaneers and they went and beat the Eagles. Well, hey, dipshit, you beat them last time. They might be pissed off and they might want to win one now. And I truly think the 49ers, they can do it. Fred Warner wants one. George Kittle, he's coming back. Kyle Juszczyk coming back. Debo Samuel coming back. Brandon Ayuk coming back. The only real, I guess you could say difference is Brock Purdy and not Jimmy Garoppolo. Is Brock Purdy a lot better than Jimmy Garoppolo? Hell yes. Does Brock Purdy still kind of make the mistakes like Jimmy Garoppolo does? Not as much, but still in that way of where you got to remember, he's young. But I truly believe if Brock Purdy can go out here and put up a game like 25 of 35 passing, 250 something yards, a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns, and then, like I said, get Christian McCaffrey involved. Get him running that rock. And if he can go off and go out there and put up like 100, 150 rushing and receiving total yards and a touchdown, maybe 2, this can be the 49ers' chance to win. But like I said in the intro, I could be wrong. The Chiefs could somehow end up winning this game, and I could be wrong. It could happen. But I'm just saying that's my pick. I'm going with the 49ers. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion on who thinks is going to win, if you think the Chiefs are going to win and you don't agree with me, let me know your opinion down in the comment section down below. Or if you think the 49ers are going to win and you agree with me, let me know your reasoning as to who you think is going to win. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Donald Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.